You would be surprised about how much your mind is motivated by your subconscious mind. If you do not know exactly what I mean by that and what I mean by subconscious motivations, then my friend, this video is exactly for you. In life, we have certain motivations that are below our awareness, below our detection systems in our consciousness, and it pushes us to either go to success or failure. So my friend, without further ado, let's get into this video. This video is generously sponsored by the like button. If you see or if you like what you see on these videos, just go down, click like. If you want to stay around and you want to see more of my beautiful face, click subscribe and also click the bell icon to get a notification or an alert every single time I drop a video. So without further ado, let's crack into this. One more really quick announcement before we get to the meat. All right, I have the new personality quiz on my website. So if you do not know exactly what a personality test or a personality quiz is, on my website, I ask you certain questions and you'll get an email given your qualities in your personality, and it'll tell you exactly what type of personality you have. So without further ado, just go to my website, all right? Just click on books and then click on personality quiz and you will get exactly what type of personality you are or what type of personality you convey to other people. Make sure to answer the questions as honestly as possible. Have fun, all right? This isn't something like a death sentence or whatever. Just have as much fun as possible and really just figure out yourself, find your self-identity. And through this personality quiz, I believe you will get that. So again, without further ado, let's get into this video. I'm super excited. I hope you are. Grab notes, listen, and yeah, let's crack into this. So for those of us that don't really understand our minds, we have three main parts that make up our mind. We have our consciousness, and your conscience is basically a deep, sentient awareness of your environment, external and internal environment. Your consciousness is basically everything you are aware of in your mind. You are aware of your anxiety, that is a part of your consciousness. You're aware of the person in front of you, you're aware of where you are right now, you're aware of certain things that are around you. It can be external and internal. So as I said before, you're aware of where you are, you're aware of who is around you, but you can also be aware of your fear. You can also be aware of your anxiety. That is your consciousness. The second part of your brain is your unconscious mind. These are the things that are automatic in our mind. You are normally breathing, all right? You don't have to think about breathing. You don't have to be aware that you're breathing when you're just breathing. A lot of us, we turn certain actions into unconscious actions. So we just do it unconsciously. For example, a lot of my friends, we wake up in the morning, we just check our phone, check the time. That's unconscious. It just happens. It became a normal process. Some of us, we just unconsciously scratch our knees every day at 8 o'clock. I don't know why you would do that. But anyway, your unconscious mind is basically automatic functions that you do. You breathe, you move your arms while you talk. It is very unconscious. It is not anything that you're aware of. So the more interesting part of your mind is your subconscious mind. And for those of us that don't understand, sub means under. So for example, submarine, under. So subconscious, under your conscience, under your awareness. So your subconscious mind is the part of your mind that is not fully aware, but it affects and influences your thoughts, your actions, your behaviors. A good example will be your belief systems, your memories, whatever it is, your past traumas. These all stay in your subconscious mind. So why is this so powerful? Your subconscious mind holds certain motivations. When I say motivations, I mean things that you are influenced by, things that push your actions towards one ultimate goal. Your subconscious mind influences these goals very, very, very strongly. So as I've spoken about a lot in my videos, if you've been a long-term follower, you know that your subconscious goals, or at least a lot of everything that happens in your life, every single factor that plays out to your success is affected by your past and your past traumas and your past experiences. The same thing with your subconscious motivations. Your subconscious mind is affected, or your subconscious goals are affected by your past experiences. This is all the information that we've been exposed to since we were young. If your parents every single day told you that money is bad, if you make a lot of money, you are greedy, you are evil, you'll end up deserting everyone, you are just a hopeless person, you become immoral, and in your mind, you may say, hey, look, I want to make some money, but you really don't, because your mind, your beliefs, what your parents have exposed to you is that money, a lot of money in your life is bad. So you try your best to make some money, but really, subconsciously, you will not want to make money. And that will be a very, very big hindrance to your success in getting money. A lot of us, we don't want to acknowledge how much of a factor our subconscious mind plays in our success. But we need to understand that our subconscious mind drives us either to success or away from success. If you grew up and your parents told you being around a person of the opposite sex, if you're a girl, you being around boys, or a boy, you being around girls, is bad, if they told you that you have to stay away from the opposite sex because they are evil. I know a lot of parents do these to try and protect their kids, but at the end of the day, as you grow up in life, you're probably going to be single for a really, really long time because you won't feel comfortable around somebody of the opposite sex. You won't feel comfortable around them. So you'll carry these beliefs, these memories, these past experiences in your brain, in your mind. And to be honest, it's not necessarily the most healthiest thing. So then these beliefs that have been created become the driving force behind your motivations. You will want to stay as far away from money as possible. You want to stay as far away as finding a relationship as possible. You want to stay as far away as whatever has been put into your beliefs as possible. And the reason why our past experiences affect our current or our motivations in life is mainly because of one thing. Your conscious mind, everything you're aware of, I'm speaking in front of a camera, I'm aware of it, I'm conscious to it. Your conscious mind will try its best to just forget about it. It'll try its best to just go over it. Whatever happens, happens. It'll try and move past it. But then it'll leave all this information, all this past experiences, past trauma to your subconscious mind to try and figure out. Your subconscious mind will try and make peace with everything that was going on. If you were abused, if you were assaulted, if you've gone through anything that is very life-changing, then your subconscious mind will have it, and your conscious mind will try and forget about it. It'll try its best. So if you don't go back and deal with these things, they will always haunt you. As scary as that sounds, it'll always haunt you. So as much as you don't know what your subconscious mind is constantly playing in the background, you may only know what your conscious mind allows you to know, but your subconscious mind is constantly moving, constantly playing in the background. You know, a lot of people think that they're subconsciously inept. They don't feel whatever their conscious mind allows them to feel, but really, their conscious mind is the base, it's the root of what they believe. I mean, if you think about it, how will you be able to carry every single memory, every single past incident, every single belief in your conscious mind while constantly getting new information from the world? Because remember, your brain is constantly analyzing new information from external stimulus, from external parts of the world. So how will your brain be able to carry all this information without giving you one hell of a headache? What your conscious mind will do is it will hand down all this information to your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind will go through the information to see what is supposed to be kept, what is supposed to be disregarded, what is supposed to be let go of. And it's really funny how this works, because a lot of scientists have been completely baffled by dreams. And dreams aren't necessarily the most interesting topic to a lot of people, but it's very interesting because sometimes you've probably experienced this where you've had a dream and literally 15 minutes after you wake up, you forgot about it. All right, it's gone. Your mind has just let go of it because it's useless information. But we've all had dreams where it's really stuck with us. 10 years, 20 years down the line, you look back and you're like, oh man, I remember that dream. You know, I remember that dream. So what you should be able to take out from what I said is that when you go through something, your conscious mind will try its best to forget about it, but your subconscious mind will always be trying to make meaning out of it. So now, your subconscious mind will constantly have two outcomes. It will either reject what just happened, or it will accept it and make new beliefs. So if you've watched my past videos, especially when it comes to belief, your overthinking mind, whatever it is, if you've watched my past videos, you know that there are certain things that affect you in your past that will form new beliefs. If you go up in front of your crush and they reject you and they laugh at you and they say you're too fat, you're too ugly, your mind, your subconscious mind will either reject it, hey, I'm not ugly, I'm this, I'm that, I'm the best, or it'll accept it and form new beliefs. Maybe I am ugly. Maybe I am fat. Maybe I am not worthy of love. Maybe I am meant to be alone. And this is exactly how a lot of our low self-esteem beliefs are built, because our brain has these experiences, goes through these memories. A lot of us, we can remember very cringy, very scary, very embarrassing memories that have formed new beliefs. You aren't enough. You aren't this. That's how a lot of our insecurities are created. Now, there is something that is so crazy that happens when our subconscious mind or our subconscious motivations are pinned against our success. When you think I am not enough, when you think I am ugly, when you think no girl, no guy will want to be in a relationship with me, your subconscious mind will do exactly what I'm going to speak about just now. So before I crack into whatever I was going to speak about just now, I'm super excited to explain it to you. I just wanted to tell you that if you want to speak directly to me, you can just go to my website, scroll to my contact us page or contact me page, and you'll be able to fill in your details and speak directly to me. Whatever you have to say, any comments, any questions, anything really, I will accept it and I will read it, and you will be seen, you will be heard. So yeah, let's crack back into the video. So what your subconscious mind will do is it will do something called self-sabotage. So self-sabotage is when you take actions consciously or unconsciously, which is automatically, cognitively. You take these actions away from your success. I know it seems very weird, but I can promise you, you've probably seen this somewhere in your life. You've probably seen that you have taken steps away from your success, and for some reason, a lot of us, we see it off it's all happened. We see it as foresight. Hey, 2020, vision is 2020. Back, we see how this project we should have done, we should have pushed ourselves to do it, but we actually took steps away from doing it. Your self-sabotage is when you take steps away from your success without thinking about taking steps away from your success. So there are 5 main types of self-sabotage that you probably do or you probably need to watch out for. The first type is procrastination. A lot of us, we procrastinate on projects, on certain things that we should be doing. For example, I had a very big problem with procrastination, especially when it came to studying for exams, for tests. So I would lie in bed and say, hey, I'll just leave it for later. Or hey, I would do it last minute. I know my mind. I will remember everything in the exam. And I'd end up going into the test or whatever and doing horribly, all right? Doing really badly because I wouldn't study. I wouldn't prepare myself. All because of procrastination. I am self-sabotaging my success. The second type is perfectionism. A lot of us, we spend too much time trying to get every single little detail, everything perfect. We even forget to take action. And because we forget to take action, we never reach success. So we self-sabotage ourselves. Number 3, relationships. And this is a very, very big one. A lot of us, we get into relationships, and when things get serious, when things start getting realistic, all right, we want to run out of there. We sabotage our own relationships. We become jealous. We look for the small things that annoy us. We try and look for these little issues in this person that we once loved. We sabotage our own success, our own relationships, all because we got scared, because you're fearful of vulnerability. I don't know, man. This seems like self-sabotage. Number 4, fear of change. A lot of us, we're scared of change because we've built our self-identity, our supposed self-identity, around whatever we were doing. You want to quit smoking, but you've built your self-identity on going to the garage station, saying hi to the cashier, Davey, and going to ask him for cigarettes, and then going outside to smoke with your friends. You've built your self-identity around that. But you need to understand that a lot of us, we sabotage ourselves because we're scared to change. We're scared to stop eating so much. We're scared to stop drinking. We're scared to stop going out to do not naughty things. We're scared. We are addicted to certain things because we are scared of change. We are sabotaging our lives. This is potentially dangerous. This is really, really bad because it may be fatal. If you don't change your ways, especially when it comes to things of your health, you may end up really damaging your body. Number 5, the last one that I have actually experienced is finances. We sabotage our own finances by spending too much, by spending money on things that don't really matter. We really overspend, look at our budget, and we go over our budget, whatever it is, and we end up buying things that we don't really need just to fill a hole that we really don't need to buy things to fill. All right. So without further ado, we're going to crack into exactly how we can overcome each and every one of these types of self-sabotages. And I'm probably going to make a video on self-sabotage alone because it is really, really big. It is a topic that a lot of us have gone through, yet a lot of us don't really understand exactly how it impacts our lives every day. So yeah, let's crack into that. So people are more likely to self-sabotage when they're under a lot of stress. When you are fearful, when you're anxious, when you are in pain, when you're depressed, you will self-sabotage. So what I want you to do is I want you to get a journal or get a piece of paper or get an exam pad or whatever. I have my book over here for my notes for Be Cool. And I want you to write down all your behaviors in every situation you get into. So for example, they give you a huge project at work. You have a huge project and you have to complete this project before next week. How do you behave in that area of between now and next week? How do you behave with all the work you've been given? I want you to really look into exactly what you do. If, for example, your partner, especially for men, this happens a lot when your partner is like, hey, I want to get married. And you're scared that you might sabotage your relationship. How do you behave? What is your actions in terms of what circumstances you've been put into? View yourself as a stranger just observing your life. View yourself as somebody who's objectively looking into your life and just noticing little things on how you behave. Do you say, okay, I'll get started tomorrow morning? Because that already is procrastinating. Will you say, hey, look, I need some space, instead of actually going to your partner and speaking about how you feel? So just notice these little behaviors and write it down in your journal. Now, as with a lot of things in life, we have certain triggers that make us want to self-sabotage. As I said before, they give you a big project, you want to procrastinate. If they give you a lot of money, you want to spend a lot of money. If your partner wants to get more serious, you want to self-sabotage your relationship. If you're addicted to something, you make a habit of something, you want to not see change in your life. So there are certain triggers that happen in our daily lives that make us want to self-sabotage. So that exercise I gave you, where you're going to look into your behaviors and you're going to look into your circumstances and you're going to journal every single thing that you've done, that will help you identify your triggers. Something else that will help you find your triggers for self-sabotage is a quiz that I will link in the description below. Just click on it, go and do that quiz. It's from the Ford Institute. It'll help you identify exactly where your triggers are for self-sabotage. So I'm going to go through every single thing very, very quickly. Please don't judge me because I don't want to make this video very, very long, because a lot of people have been telling me, AJ, your videos are too long and I watch your videos before I go to school or work or whatever, and I don't want to be late because I'm watching you. So and I don't mind, but I'll go through this very fast. I've probably made a video on one of these things or a few of these things in the list, so just look out for that. All right, let's crack into this. Number 1 form of self-sabotage: procrastination. The first thing I need you to do is set SMART goals. And I'll put a picture of SMART over there so you understand exactly what the acronym stands for. And you should set goals every single day. It should be hourly, weekly, daily, whatever type of goals you want to set. Make sure they're very specific, they're very measurable, they're very achievable, they're very realistic, they're very timely. All right, so make sure they are SMART goals. The second tip I have for you for procrastination is a very interesting one. In his book Atomic Habits, Tim Ferriss talks about how he wanted to learn guitar and he wanted to practice guitar, but he never really picked up the guitar. Most of the time he'd always procrastinate on it. So what he did was he put his guitar somewhere where he would constantly see it, to spark a little guilt in him, to go and actually do it. So what I want you to do is I want you to put whatever project you have on your desk. So try and leave whatever you have to do in a place that is very visible, in a place where you can see it, in a place where you can just start working. So for example, when I film, I have my lights, my camera, my sound equipment, everything ready, so that when I come into the studio, I just put up the camera, put on the lights, set up the sound equipment, and I just get started. It'll make everything a pleasant experience. The third tip I have for you, and this is very, very important, a lot of people overlook this tip, that is finding your why. A lot of us, we want to do things, but we don't exactly understand why we want to do it. We don't actually identify why we want to do it. If you want to make money, your why should be something deeper than just being rich. I want to be rich. No, your why should be, I want to take care of my family. I want to have enough money so I don't have to worry about if anyone in my family gets hurt, I can give them the best of whatever the world has to offer, whatever it is. But your why has to be personal. Your why has to be something that is very deep, very motivating for you, because that is what will take you from A to B, not necessarily just wanting it. Your why will take you from the lowest points to the highest points, and it'll really just help you in general. Eric Thomas, the motivational speaker, has this idea where your why is more important than your what. Your why is more important than what you're doing, because your why will tell you if it's important enough to you. A lot of us, we don't want to wake up at 4 a.m. and start working. We don't want to study because it's not as important to us. It's not as specifically important to or life impacting to us specifically. You have kids in India that if they don't pass, they're going to study, because if they don't pass, their life is over. They'll literally kill themselves. There have been stories of these things where kids in Korea take literal scientific exams that are just stupidly high and stupidly difficult to pass in order to make it in life. These kids have no choice, so they're going to study, they're going to push themselves. I've written an article on my website. If you want to learn more about how to become more self-disciplined in general, I'll put a link in the description below if you want to check out that article. It is very, very deep. It goes to exactly what you should be looking for, what exactly you should be doing in order to become more self-disciplined and stick to your goals. Number 2, perfectionism. I want you to firstly challenge your inner critic. Your inner critic will always be telling you you're not good enough. This isn't good enough. You have to make it better. You have to prove yourself. You have to be scared of this. Your inner critic will constantly be telling you lies. So you have to challenge it. You have to say, no, I'm taking action. No matter what, I'm taking action. I don't care if it's good enough. They can take whatever they want to take, but I am being proud of myself and taking action. The second tip for perfectionism is something that a lot of perfectionists don't do, and that is saying no. A lot of perfectionists, they want to take 100 different projects. They want to, make every single project different, and every single project must be perfect. For once, practice saying no. Say no. Hey, could you do that? No, I can't. I'm sorry. I just can't. I'm sorry. Bye. Just practice saying no. The third tip, take breaks, take vacations, take time to nurture your mind. A lot of perfectionists will stick to a project for literally hours and hours at a time. Literally, it'll take days, weeks, whatever, but they'll get it done, and they'll get it done perfectly. No, take breaks. Number 4, and this is the most powerful one yet. Less planning, more action. And this may even apply for procrastination. A lot of us, we procrastinate plan. We wanna plan every single thing perfectly, every single step, yet we don't take action. So my friend, take action. Less planning, more action. So, number 3, for relationships, I want you to practice self-love first. And I know this may be very awkward, all right, but if you're single, I want you to work on yourself to the point where you will attract naturally the person that you've always wanted in your life. And I will speak about this in a video, but basically, you are a mirror, all right? There is no such thing as opposites attract. That is nonsense. You are a mirror of what you are. So if you're a high self-esteem person, you will attract a high self-esteem person. If you're a person that works on yourself, you're a successful person, you'll attract successful people into your life. If you're a loving person, you'll attract loving people into your life. So the idea here is work on yourself. All right, work on yourself more in order to attract in the first place the people you want to attract into your life. The second tip I have for relationship in terms of self-sabotage is work on your communication skills more. Instead of trying to be passive aggressive and trying to distance yourself from your partner, speak to them, sit them down and explain how you're feeling. You wouldn't understand how much this works just speaking to this person, explaining how you feel to this person. There are humans also. They will understand. All right, they will. And if they don't understand, they will understand at some point. So you have to just explain it to them. The third tip I have for relationship self-sabotage is letting go and just letting go of your fear and seeing what happens. Just do it. Just if they're saying that they want to get married and you really want to get married as well, but you're scared, you just let it go and see what happens. Just you have to unlearn certain things in your life. And I promise you, I will make another video on this itself, unlearning things. These are the things that we have in our minds that have become construct beliefs in our subconscious that hold us back. Don't trust this person, they'll cheat on you. Don't trust this person, they are liars, whatever. Let go and see what happens. Put yourself in a vulnerable position for once in your life. Let go of control. You're constantly controlling everything. Number 4 type of self-sabotage, and that is fear of change. What I want you to do is I want you to identify your triggers. I want you to identify exactly what triggers you to start doing these habits or these addictions that you've created. Then I want you to understand that life is change. Life is change. Every single day, life is changing. You are not in a place where life is never changing. There are new technology that's constantly being released. There is new people being born each day. There are people dying each day. And I don't really want to go into how sad that is, but remember that life is constantly changing. Nothing is stable, all right? Life is different every single day. Next, I want you to, if you're trying to change, if you're actually applying yourself, if you watch my past videos on overcoming bad habits and you want to change, you want to stop these, but you fail at it, maybe you want to stop smoking, but you fail at smoking, I want you to first not judge yourself, all right? Change already in itself is very, very good. And I want you to embrace failure. And then what I want you to do, leading to my next tip, is I want you to celebrate every single win that you have. Every single little win. If you smoke 1 box less than you used to smoke. If you eat less calories than you used to eat. I want you to celebrate that with everything in you. Be happy. Make it a positive experience to actually overcome certain goals, certain battles that you were facing. Last tip, I want you to be responsible. I want you to take responsibility for every setback you have. I don't want you to blame other people. I only started smoking because my friends gave it to me. No, stop it. Responsibility. I want you to blame yourself first. Then I want you to be patient. It's okay. It'll take time, but you will get there. You will get there. Trust me. So just be patient. It just takes some time. And literally, the start is the hardest part. The start is the worst part. Number 5 type of procrastination, that is finances. The first thing I need you to do is create a budget. Create a budget for everything you do. From shopping to your grocery shopping to online shopping, create a budget, all right? And don't exceed this budget. A lot of us, we think that, hey, let me just carry extra cash just in case I need it. No, don't do that, all right? If you have the habit of overspending, if you have the habit of going over your budgets, only carry as much as you have to. Carry cash. If possible. If it's dangerous to carry cash where you live, don't carry cash, all right? But if possible, forget your credit card, all right? Leave your credit card at home and carry cash. Something that is very deep, and I will probably make a different video on this already, is the idea that you have to figure out the root cause. You're not overspending because you're just that type of person. You're overspending because there's something in you that believes that you need to fill a hole inside you. Maybe you want to fill it with new things, new clothes, new cars, new whatever. But there is something inside you that is not full, that is not whole. And you're trying to fix that by overspending, by spending resources. And this could be time, energy, whatever it is. But there's something in you that is just constantly wanting to fill something inside of you. Next, I want you to understand and I want you to avoid your spending triggers. If you are constantly triggered to buy things, if you are constantly going on Amazon to look for things, if you're constantly going to the grocery shop hungry, I want you to stop looking at these things, because these things are your triggers. These things will constantly want you to go and buy. If you watched my 2 previous videos, then you probably know the idea that my parents told me, that you should stop going to grocery shops hungry, because if you go hungry, you're probably gonna overspend or overbuy. You're gonna buy things you don't really need. So find your triggers and avoid your triggers. And the last tip I have for you is the most important one in my opinion, and that is the 20-10-10-60 rule. Basically, in this rule, when you have your money, when you get your income, 20% should go to your savings, 10% should go as tithe to God, to church, or to charity, and 10% should go to your resources, like for example your electricity bill, your water bill, whatever it is, things that you need, your necessities, and 60% should go to you to do whatever you want to with. But make sure you always prioritize your savings, the church, and your utility bills. So my friend, you've made it to the end of this video. If you found a little bit of value in this, make sure to go down, click like and subscribe. And if you want to see more of my face every time I upload a video, click the notifications bell. And if you want to speak directly to me, you already know what to do. If you want to find out your personality type, then go to the link in the description below, fill in your details, and get your personality quiz, your personality test, and see what type of personality you have. My friend, I am so glad you've taken your time, you've invested in yourself. I love you. God bless you.